You are divinely guided. The path was etched in stars before you were born. Before you took your first breath, the map was written, not in ink, but in light, not on paper, but in the folds of time and space. You came here not by accident, but by cosmic appointment, a soul encoded with frequencies only you could carry, a presence destined to awaken codes in others simply by remembering who you are. This path you walk, though riddled with questions, detours and silences, has never been random. The initiations, the whispers, the strange delays, and miraculous alignments, all of it, was the divine hand weaving through your timeline. You are not lost. You are in the middle of a divine unfolding, a sacred choreography between your higher self and the realms that walk with you unseen. There are no mistakes here. Even what felt like wrong turns were portals in disguise. Even who left, betrayed, or abandoned you, they were players on the stage of your expansion. And now, you are being called to remember the truth. You are divinely guided. Not sometimes, always. In this moment, you are surrounded by ancestors who whisper your name, by star lineages who beam love through your vessel, by Source itself, watching, waiting, trusting you to remember your power. You have never been alone. You have only been listening through noise. But now, the veil thins. Now, you hear it again. The call, the pull, the knowing. The journey continues. But the remembering begins now. Welcome home to the guidance that never left you. You are divinely guided, and the path is rising to meet you. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below so we know you're here and connected to Source. The invisible threads are real. There is no such thing as coincidence when your soul is on a mission. The moment you began to awaken, a subtle orchestration started to reveal itself. You began noticing the patterns, the nudges, the sudden impulses that led to exact encounters, answers, or initiations. That's not luck. That's divine choreography. You are being guided, not by chance, but by design. Not by force, but by frequency. Not by control, but by resonance with your own highest path. Even the moments that felt like detours were sacred. Even the pain held coordinates. Let us remember now, deeply. You are divinely guided. You always have been. The architecture of divine timing. Divine timing is not always convenient. It rarely matches your schedule, but it always aligns with your soul's blueprint. Those delayed messages, those traffic jams that changed your day, those moments where you heard, "Go here," or "Not now." You were not imagining things, you were listening. And when you listened, the unseen world responded. There is a sacred rhythm behind everything. It hums beneath logic and pulses beneath doubt. When you follow that hum, even when it contradicts logic, you begin to dance with the divine. And that is when the guidance becomes obvious, because you're no longer resisting it. You must understand, you didn't just awaken by chance. You reached a frequency that allowed the codes to unlock. Your own soul set the timing. Your own soul built the map. Your own higher self placed markers along your path. People, places, memories, feelings. They all serve as trailheads pointing back to truth. Protection doesn't always look like light. You've been protected in ways you will never fully understand. The one who ghosted you saved you. The job that slipped away freed you. The illness woke you up. The heartbreak carved space for your power. Divine guidance is not always warm. or gentle. Sometimes it ends things, burns bridges, silences people, not as punishment, but as preparation. If you only associate divine protection with ease and peace, you will miss the hidden angels in chaos. Look again at your past. What you thought was loss was guidance in disguise. What you thought was rejection was redirection. The divine does not coddle your ego, it awakens your remembrance. Often, what blocks divine guidance is our attachment to comfort. We mistake ease for alignment. We think peace means we're on the right track. But true peace comes after alignment, not before. Sometimes the path toward divine alignment feels like a storm because it's clearing everything false around you. Remember, when something falls apart, it may be the universe removing what cannot hold your higher timeline. Your mission requires precision. You are not just being protected for comfort, you are being protected for mission alignment. That means you are guided away from energetic entanglements that dilute your frequency. You are drawn to encounters that recalibrate your path. You are tested to refine your discernment. Sometimes you'll be late, only to avoid disaster. Sometimes you'll feel an irrational urge to go somewhere and meet someone who shifts your whole timeline. These aren't random. These are orchestral notes being played from your higher self. You're not the only musician in this song. The universe is harmonizing with you. But only if you listen. Only if you feel more than you calculate. Sometimes divine guidance sends you into rooms you feel unqualified to walk into. Not to humble you, but to remind you who you were before the world tried to shrink you. Mission precision also means silence. There will be long pauses. You'll feel like nothing is happening. But in the spiritual realm, these are the most active seasons. You are being recalibrated. Your spirit team is working. Your ancestors are realigning paths, and Source is restoring what was stolen. Lessons as keys, not punishments. Every person you've met has taught you something, even especially the difficult ones. You were never cursed. You were initiated. That friend who betrayed you taught you about energy. That partner who mirrored your shadow taught you about wholeness. That boss who drained you taught you about boundaries. None of it was wasted. None of it was random. The universe does not teach through cruelty. It teaches through consequence and contrast. And when you learn, truly learn, you don't repeat the lesson. You receive the upgrade. Your guidance becomes clearer, stronger, more refined, because you've earned it. Divine guidance deepens every time you choose growth over victimhood. It sharpens when you reflect instead of react. Every soul contract you close cleanly, even the painful ones, strengthens the bridge between you and your higher guidance. The nudge is not optional. You've felt it. The sudden impulse, the whisper, the pull. You can't explain it, but you know it's real. Go there, call them, say this, walk away, stay put, wait, leap. The nudge doesn't always explain itself. It's not a paragraph. It's a frequency packet, a knowing that bypasses the mind. When you ignore it, you feel disoriented. When you obey it, doors open. That's divine guidance. It doesn't shout. It resonates. You don't need to understand it. You need to trust it. The more you act on the nudge, the stronger the signal becomes. It's not a test. It's training. Your higher self is teaching you to follow the feeling, not the fear. Alignment activates acceleration. Once you begin following your divine guidance consistently, something changes. Time bends. Opportunities appear. People show up. You enter a field where manifestation becomes fluid, not because you're lucky, but because you are aligned. Alignment is the greatest magnet, not force, not hustle, not control. When you follow the divine signal, even when it makes no sense, you walk into rooms you were already being prepared for. You don't need to chase, you need to attune. Alignment is your sacred vehicle. It does the heavy lifting when you focus on your frequency. You are not meant to grind your way through destiny. You are meant to align your way through remembrance. And in this space, miracles unfold like breathing. Your higher self is the conductor. Your higher self sees what your ego cannot. It knows the map. It knows the mission. It knows your potential. And it speaks to you in patterns, hunches, dreams, delays, unexplainable longings, sudden clarity. The guidance you seek is not outside you. It is above and within you. You are not disconnected. You are a radio, learning to fine-tune the signal. Clear the static, fear, overthinking, people-pleasing, addiction to certainty. And then the voice becomes louder. Not because it changed, but because you were still enough to hear it. The conductor of your symphony is not screaming over the noise. They are waiting for you to tune in. When you do, the music of your life returns. Walking in trust is the real activation. You say you want signs, but when the signs come, do you follow them? You say you want guidance, but when the guidance disrupts your comfort, do you still walk forward? Divine guidance is not a guarantee of ease. It is a call to courage. It will ask you to leave the familiar. It will ask you to say no when your ego wants approval. It will ask you to leap when there's no net in sight. But if you listen, if you walk anyway, you activate timelines that were waiting for your yes. Your walk of trust does not just bless you. It blesses everyone watching you. You become the confirmation someone else prayed for. You are already guided. Stop asking for guidance. Start acknowledging that you are already receiving it. Your dreams, your instincts, your gut, your delays, your emotions. All of it has been communication. All of it has been sacred. You are divinely guided, not someday, but now. You are divinely protected, not when perfect, but now. You are divinely aligned, not after proving worth, but now. Let yourself trust the path. Let yourself trust the pauses. Let yourself trust the reroutes. Because you are not lost. You are being led home. And your mission? It already knows where you're going. So step forward, eyes open, heart clear, feet grounded. Your next sign is already en route. You are divinely guided. Always. Ancient One, we now ask you, when was the last time something seemingly random aligned so perfectly it felt orchestrated? Or what past event or disappointment do you now realize was actually divine protection? Please be sure to comment below, like, and subscribe to stay aligned and connected to Source.